sure like the microphone works and stuff.
Hello, hello. Oh, works. Cool. Hey, while you guys are just hanging out, if you want, just past the kitchen here, there's a room on your left called the library. Has a bunch of stuff that we found in the church and some things that were donated to us that aren't needed anymore. You can shop for free. Anything that would bless you, you may have that's on the tables or under the table, just not behind the table, if that makes sense. But if you're bored and you want to burn the next 10 minutes, go ahead and you can check it out.
I was trying to not do as much because
Yep, so you'll go downstairs, and then as soon as you get at the bottom of the stairs, turn right, and then
just put it down here. Oh my gosh, I'm blinding myself.
All right, looks like there's a chair up here. There's one here. There's one over here, one here. Bringing a few more up.
Yes, now that's perfect. No move.
Very particular.
Very particular. Do you want this to look nice?
Stop doing that. It's like a countdown. Can we just start early? You know?
6 o'clock.
All right, it's 6 o'clock. Let's start. Hi, I'm Megan Gordon. I'm the director here. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks to everybody who's joining us online. We're really grateful you're here. I think we have some more chairs coming up, or yeah, I guess we could stand. Sorry. So first off, if you haven't been here before and haven't been working on the projects, what do you guys think about our new floor? Isn't it gorgeous? Is Matt still in here? There he is. This man. We have a lot of our awesome volunteers, but Matt Barnes has been the brains and the brawn behind this project. We're very, very grateful for him. I'm going to tell you more about that in a minute. There's a lot of faces in here that have put in many, many, many hours, and I am so grateful for all of you. So as part of kind of this new exciting moment in Haven, I wanted to share a little bit about our history, because some of you have been here for a while, but I don't think any of you have been here since that bitter beginning. And so I wanted to share and just kind of walk you through, because where we've been, it teaches us why we're excited about where we are, if that makes sense. So I put together some pictures to kind of share with you. So Haven actually started in the summer of 2021, and it started in my backyard. Legitimately. This was right after COVID, and we were like scared to be inside, and I didn't really know what we were doing. I had run a different school before that, and I was thinking, oh, I'm trying to reopen that. But pretty soon after doing that, we thought, okay, there's something else I need to be doing here. And so in the fall of 2021, we started Haven School of Dance. And we had 2 churches at that time. We had First Presbyterian and Majestic. There are, actually, when I share each iteration of our moment, if you this was when you joined, would you just raise your hand, because it'd be kind of fun to see who's been here. So we got the Blacks, they joined at this time. There's a few over here that joined very early on, yes. So this was kind of the first place we started, was in these 2 churches. Shortly thereafter, we added another one. We added the Avenue, and that's where we had our Southside location. How many of you guys joined over at the Avenue? Yeah, a few of you. Okay, so then in spring of 2023, we added Sunrise, which was another Pueblo West location. Anybody else join around that time? Yeah, a few of you, awesome. So then we were running 4 different churches. And so just to help you understand what this looked like, that meant we were setting up 4 different churches. 4 different days, tearing down, up, down, the whole time. It was a lot of work, but it gets worse. Summer 2024, we added Penrose. Is anybody here from Penrose? I think they're all online. All right, so we added our Penrose location, which gave us more expansion into other areas, which was great. Then we changed over from Avenue, we moved over to Wesley. Did anybody join around the summer of 2024? Yeah, maybe around then? Okay, cool. That's when we switched churches. So at this point, we were running 5 days a week, different church each day. Or building each day. So a lot of work, a lot of setup, a lot of tear down. Fall, and then spring of 2025, we started kind of consolidating. And that's when we found this church. And we were able to close a few different locations that weren't as easy to work with as we needed, and we were able to move into tighter locations. And then fall of 2025, we added Rye. Do we have anybody here from Rye? Yay, thank you for being here, awesome. We're really excited about our Rye branch, a lot of future plans for you all. And then that brings us to spring of 2026, where we're really settled here. Oh, I forgot to mention PDI. We're at PDI on Mondays for one of our danceables class. But other than that, all of our polo classes are right here in this building. And so we've been doing a lot of work to make sure that this building is all that it can be for Haven. And now that we get to have all of our classes here, we don't have to tear up and set down as much each week, which is really, really lovely. We do still have a little bit, it is still a shared space, but they've given us a lot of leeway and a lot of generosity. So I want to show you some of the pictures of some of the things that we've been doing over like the Christmas break. All right, so here's some before and afters. Some of these go way back. These are actually previous to Christmas break, but this is our renovations of our 2 studios downstairs. You can see Miss Kate there in that first one.
Yeah, that's when we were like,
Yeah, that's when we were just like, could we dance here? I don't know. That's our Studio 4, and then the other one that looks like a nursery turned into our Studio 2. So those are our 2 rooms downstairs.
and then do it this way. What? Turn on your view this way.
Sorry. I don't know how. Okay, this is what we've been doing this Christmas break though. This is our auditorium, so you can see it's still obviously very much in process. But we are building out a new stage where we'll be able to host some of our own shows, so that's super exciting. So that's over on this side of the building. You can see what it looked like before. We tore down a bunch of stuff and we're building up something that'll work for us. I'll talk more about that and the performances there in a little bit. This is the fellowship hall, that's where you are. It looks even better than it did in this after picture because we've done even more since then. But yeah, it used to be a lot of pink carpet. No more pink carpet.
Carpet.
Just a little bit. All right, then these are some rooms downstairs. This is the most recent change. We painted that gorgeous wall downstairs. Now it's a beautiful white, it's clean and repaired. And then we added another room, classroom 3. It's still a shared space, but it's a room we can use for private lessons and things like that. And then our last room, which just got set up today, and so I didn't even add a picture to it, so you have to go down and look. But that's our Haven office, and it's downstairs. So we have a new room that will be our office. It'll be ours all of the time, and so you'll be able to come and get your Encore attire purchases, check out your chocolate, all those things there. It's going to be downstairs. So, very exciting, all the things that we've been doing. You'll see it as you come for classes, as you walk around. And I just want to thank these are the people that made it happen. It's quite a few. So yes, huge round of applause for all these people. Sorry, you probably can't even read all of their names because there's just so many. But we had some people who just put massive amounts of time, and then a lot of people who came with what they had. So thank you to everybody, no matter how much you gave, thank you. There are still some things that need doing, so if you have some time and you want to help us, we have a few projects still left this week to get ourselves ready for classes, so you can let us know if you want to help with that. The interesting thing about this list is if you read it, it is almost exclusively teachers and keepers. So if you don't know what our Keeper program is, the Keepers are the volunteers at Haven who have really put massive amounts of time into making this program happen, and we invite them into our Keeper program just as a way to say thank you to them and as a way to give them a little bit of ownership into the school. And it was really neat to see that those were the people that showed up. Those are the people that truly believe in what we're doing. It's really exciting, so I'm really grateful for them. And we get to add some Keepers today. So this is for a Mr. Thomas Black. This is for an Aaron. Okay, and last but not least, this is for a Tanya M. I saw you. Miss Tanya. Right, so thank you very much to our keepers, to our teachers, everybody who's been helping out here at West. I could talk basically the entire time about how amazing those people are, but we're gonna move on. Okay. Speaking of teachers, here's our teachers from the last semester. We've actually added a couple. Where's Miss Laura? Laura? Oh, she's probably working. Well, she's here anyway. She's one of our new teachers. You guys know her. Very exciting about our amazing staff. So you'll be getting to know them. You should have a class chat on your app that you can interact with them. That's the best way to get to know your teacher and communicate with them. Okay. So I want to make sure I always share the... Oh, that's exciting. That was a cute little picture. This is my first time using Canva for a presentation, so I currently have some things to learn. Oh well. Anyway, we want to make sure that you join our Facebook group. It's called the Haven Community Group. And that's just a nice place for you to share things. We just had someone share today about needing some work. It's just a place where we can interact in a way with everybody. So make sure that you've joined that, and then also make sure that you follow us on Facebook, because the more you interact with our posts, the more that the Facebook presents them to other people, and the more opportunity other people have of finding Haven. And so the more you like and share and comment, actually commenting is the most important thing, it seems, in the magical algorithm that nobody understands. That seems to make the biggest difference. So every time you comment, thank you, that helps Haven show up for more people, and then more people can find the beautiful community that we've created here. Okay. We also post all of our videos on YouTube, and this parent meeting is going to be on YouTube as well. Ta-da! Okay. I'm going to talk about communication just for a moment. This is really important for everybody. This is kind of a new thing that happened. Studio Pro, the app that we use, I hope you all have that. It's blue with like a white X looking thing. It did this weird thing where it required everybody to opt in to texting, but it didn't tell you that. So can you all open your app real quick, go to More, and then go to like all the way at the bottom, I think, is Communications. Is that right? Has anybody found it yet?
Account details.
Does it account details?
Yes.
Thanks, Amy. Account details, and then communications, and then to make sure you've opted in for all three of those. We do not send very many texts. They're only super important, but if we have to like cancel classes because of a snow day or something like that, or you have an overdue account or whatever, that's how you'll get that communication. And some people, especially if you're new, you're not opted in. So please just make sure you're opted into all three of those. Okay. Here's a couple little quick cheat sheet for communication with us. There's lots of ways to communicate with Haven. No one way is necessarily better than another. We just want you to communicate. So the app is a great way to communicate. It keeps everything in one place for us. So use that as much as you can. We're really grateful for everybody who uses the app and who checks their chats, because then we can get you with information in a more timely manner. If you have something like, hey, we want to change class, or hey, where's my order? Haven Admin is where you want to send. The less you send to me, the better. Haven Admin, that's kind of your best friend for things like that. If you have issues, child's not liking a class, something weird happened in class, it doesn't happen very often, but if it does, you do want to send that to me, just send it to Megan Gordon and I'll handle it. But anything else, go ahead and just send to your Haven Admin. You guys probably all know this, but the season chat is for info just coming out for us, so please don't respond or ask questions. I know that's weird and funky, but it goes out to more than who you see here, and there's a ton of you here. So lots and lots of people, so we try and keep that really very close to everybody who just needs it. Okay. You will be getting emails from us, so make sure you've at least gotten your registration email, and then you can scroll down, there's lots of information there. But if you haven't even gotten that, you need to check your spam, because we do send out emails, and that is very important. Okay, we're going to talk about volunteering. Volunteering is truly the heartbeat of our community. It's how Haven functions. It's how we keep our prices low. It's how we do magical things like a brand new floor, things like that. So you're all going to be volunteering one way or another, and you have lots of ways to do that. So we're going to keep it almost exactly like we did last semester, because we loved it. So there are two ways you can find your volunteering opportunities. One is on our website. You go to havendance.org/volunteer. And then you can scroll and there's lots of options, and some of them are going to be like a one-time thing, and then some of them are going to be for the full semester. So you can scroll through and see which looks good. The sooner you sign up for those, the better. Especially if you want to do front door. I really need some volunteers the first week to watch the front door. We give you a map, we give you a schedule, so you know where the classes are, and then you can just point people where they need to go. That's a really important job, and I would love to have some people sign up for the first week today, so we know we have some people. That way when our new people show up, they're not completely lost, because this is a big building. So please think about signing up for one of those shifts if you would mind. If you would rather not volunteer and you'd rather pay the opt-out, that's okay. It's $30, and we will be putting that on your accounts, not on the 12th, but on the 19th. So the second week of classes, everybody's account will automatically have $30 owed on it. If you do your volunteering and you check in after you're done and you get in your 2 hours, then that fee will magically disappear eventually. It might take a week or so don't panic if it's not instant. It does have to be done by hand, by a person, so it's not automatic, unfortunately. So a couple of things. When you volunteer, you're going to want to make sure and go check in at the office. We have a cute little form that you're going to fill out real quick that just says, this is what I did. That way, you guys are responsible for making sure that we know, and so there's no miscommunication. Hey, I told them, and then they didn't tell the other person. Like, that didn't happen very much last semester, but we really want to make sure that you feel secure, that we knew you did what you said you were going to do. So it's really quick. I filled one out this morning. It took me like 2 minutes. So you'll do that in the office as soon as you're done on one of our iPads, and then you're good. And once you've done your 2 hours, you can be done, or you can keep volunteering. You are always welcome to do more. And some of you do, and we're really, really grateful for that. The other way that you can volunteer, you'll see when you walk out the doors, we have these random things that happen every once in a while, like we just really need someone to rake the leaves, or we need someone to wash the windows. You know, not something that needs to happen all the time, but needs to happen occasionally. And so we're going to have some little note cards, and we're going to put them on that bulletin board that you'll see as you go out today. It's not fancy and looking nice, we'll work on that. It's just kind of, I threw it together right now, I'm so sorry, but it'll be cool, I promise. And those are just little opportunities. If you're there and you're like, you know, I've got 30 minutes to burn, I've got an hour to burn, I could do something, you can take one of those. We'll put information on the back as to how to do it, or you can check in at the office if you need more info. And then when you're done, just go back to the office and make sure you fill out one of these forms so that we know that you were there. So that'll be a way for us to share just real random opportunities, especially if you have one of those lives where it's really unpredictable and you just don't know when you'll have time to help, but you do want to help. So keep an eye on that bulletin board for those kinds of things. Why don't we take a pause and see if anybody has a question about anything I've covered so far? Yes?
Are there going to be volunteer opportunities in RIE?
Yes, so in RIE, you guys will have, there's a setup and a cleanup opportunity, so if you're first or last class, and then because you're performing with us this semester, you'll have performance opportunities here. Yeah, so that's what we have for RIE. I offered to do more cleaning for them, and they didn't want it. So, yeah, I was like, we can clean the bathrooms. They're like, no, it's fine. So, yeah, maybe we can convince them this time, because that's always helpful. Anybody else? Okay, there will be performance volunteering opportunities coming out as we get closer. They're just not there yet. So just a note for if you need to communicate with anybody about volunteering, you can use on the chat, just type in volunteer coordinator, and that's actually going to go to a team. Our faithful volunteer coordinator, Miss Amy Joy, is going to take a sabbatical, which she very much deserves. Take a break, focus on her family. So we have a team that has come together to coordinate our volunteers this semester, and so whoever you need to reach out to, if you know who that person is, you can just say, attention so-and-so, right? Or if you just have questions about volunteering in general, that's who you want to send it to. So on the chat, just type volunteer coordinator, and it'll come to us, and we'll get your answers, your questions answered. You can also email volunteers@havendance.org. So those are your two options. Okay? All right. As far as the fee on your account, we won't charge that when we run auto pay. So don't be worried if you're like, hey, I know I'm gonna volunteer, just haven't done it yet. That's okay, I'll just charge you for tuition. Because of that, a couple things are a little bit complicated. Please don't prepay your tuition. It really messes up with things. If you want to pay with cash, you'll need to send a message to Haven admin so we can make that work for you, because it's just a little bit complicated. We're happy to work with you, it's just weird. And other thing is, I'll be charging tuition on the day that autopay runs and then charging it immediately. So if you need to know how much is she going to charge, just take however many classes you're taking, multiply it times 20. The only weird thing in that is this is a 13-week session, so your last auto payment will be for 5 classes. So it'll be 25. Does that make sense? This is a little bit longer of a session. We're always at the mercy of when we can get performance venues, and so our sessions are just whatever length they need to be. So this time is 13. It's fine. Okay, March 21st is an important date. That is the last day by which your volunteering must be committed to, not done, but committed to, or your opt-out paid in order to get complimentary tickets. So everybody who does their 2 hours or pays their opt-out, you get 2 complimentary tickets to whichever show you want, and it has to be done by March 21st. Signed up for, or the opt-out paid. If you don't, you can still volunteer. If you don't do it by then, you can still volunteer. You will still have to pay your opt-out. You just lose the chance of getting the complimentary ticket. So that's the only difference. So March 21st, we want you to have decided what you're going to do. There's lots of great things, lots of great ways to volunteer. Okay, the auto pay dates, you can find these on our calendar, which I'll show you in a minute, but they're February 7th, and March 7th, so that's really easy to remember. And then the last one will be on April 18th, so if anybody has outstanding balances, we'll charge those on the 18th of April after the session's over. But February 7th and March 7th are the next time that you will have. Regardless of whether you perform or whether you drop, you are responsible for volunteering. If you drop in the first half, you're still responsible for half of it, and regardless of whether you perform, you are still responsible for volunteering, because the volunteering isn't just about the performance. We volunteer all week, all session long. So everyone will do part, and it's gonna be great. Okay. If you have any special skills, like, hey, I'm a photographer, or hey, I'm great at graphic design, you can send us an email, and sometimes we can use those. So please send us that email at volunteers@havendance.org if that applies to you. Okay, here is our cool calendar. This is on our website, havendance.org/events. And this won't have your kids' classes, but it'll have like the general events. It has Encore Attires time. If you don't know what that is, that's our dancewear store. You can buy both new and used dancewear. It's downstairs. And then we'll have events on there. We have a couple community events coming up. We have one in February. We're going to do a card making for Valentine's Day party. And then in March, we're going to do a seed planting party. So these are just great ways for you and the kids to spend time together, get to know somebody else at Haven. We had a s'mores party last semester that was super fun that Laura pulled off for us. That one was a blast. So I encourage you to come to those. They're free. Just come and participate. We may want you to bring, I don't know, some paper or a pair of scissors or something, but we'll provide the rest. So make sure you check out that on our website for knowing when our events are. Okay, speaking of events, let's talk about the performance. So we have a new performance model this semester, so hang with me. On April 4th, we are going to have 3 shows at Hogue Hall, one day only. And this will not be all of our classes. So at Hogue will be any class that's level 4 or above, and then a few of our more advanced level 3s. So these are going to be the big classes that, if you've been with us before, the big performances, I mean, that you're used to, but there's only going to be 3 of them. We're going to then host the rest of the performances here. They're going to be a smaller venue, smaller stage, much less intimidating place for our littles. We want to try and help make it a more peaceful and healthy, wholesome experience for our littles. Sometimes being at Hogue Hall, they're backstage for like 2 hours. The stage is huge, the lights are bright. It can be really intimidating and it can be really scary, and we want to let kids kind of grow up into that instead of that being their first experience with Haven. So I'm really excited. My husband and Mr. Matt over here and more of you are building out a stage that is custom designed for Haven, which is crazy cool, so that we can host our own shows. So those are going to be here the week of the 13th. So if you're in a Monday class like our Rye family, you guys are going to be performing on Monday here. If you're in a Tuesday class, you'll be performing on Tuesday. Penrose, you guys will have your show in Penrose on Thursday that week. And then our Friday classes, your performances will be on Saturday, because there's a lot of you. So we're going to divide you between 2 shows on Saturday. So you'll have rehearsal on your class day for sure, and then like if you're Monday, you'll have rehearsal, and then we'll have the performance all one day. Friday, you'll have rehearsal on Friday, and then your performance on Saturday. So we'll be sharing times and these dates again, don't worry, but I just want to at least put that out there. So if you have a level 1, 2, a level 3A or a level 3-4 student, some of those combo classes, you guys will be here at Westminster. There will also be some of our older or more advanced classes that'll come and pop in and do some of their dances too, so that the littles get to see that as well. Any questions about that? Because that's a big change for us. I'm gonna take a drink. Is there anything on YouTube coming out?
So, some of the older kids are gonna be filling in, right?
Fill in.
In these shows during the week.
At Westminster, yes.
And do we know, is it like, we know who, when, what?
No.
That's my
We are
job
working
next
on it.
week. That's my job next week. Okay.
Miss
I'm
Kate's
working
got
on
this.
it. Okay, absolutely.
Yeah, we'll actually know pretty soon
Okay.
who will be in which show. Yes.
Whole call one. The timings be the same as usual.
I think so. 10, 1:30, and 5. That's my plan. Yeah, so the other thing that we're going to do is we're going to give all of the children, like the ones that are performing here at Westminster, we're going to give all of them a complimentary ticket to a show at Hogue. And we want to really encourage them to come with their special person and see, because I think being able to sit in the audience and be inspired watching their teachers and their assistant and their older siblings be on stage will be a really special experience for them. They don't get to see that when they're backstage. And so if they get to sit in the audience and actually get to see the big kids on stage, that'll just help them see what they're reaching for and what the growth is. Hello, my children. Little people, can we bring the volume down, please? Thank you. So they'll all get a ticket, and we'd really encourage you guys to come and see the Hogue shows and support the students that'll be performing there. And then some of those older kids will be at the Westminster show, so it'll be a lovely, lovely partnership. I'm really excited. Yeah?
You said the rehearsals will be the same day as the performances?
Yes.
Okay. And my daughter usually has two classes, like one right after another. Will the rehearsals be like right after each other before the performances?
Yeah, so we'll get a schedule out, but basically we'll just divide the time into 15-minute increments and run the kids 15 minutes on the stage, which will be lovely because they'll actually get to practice on the stage that they get to perform on, which we never get to do. So that's gonna be really nice for the littles. So yeah, we'll get a schedule out and we'll share that in your class chat, and then it's also in your gonna be in your news and notes as well. So you'll know exactly what time. But I think the plan is that they'll rehearse, they'll get into costume, or they'll rehearse, they'll eat their snack, get into costume, dance. Like we'll just stay here. We'll just do it all in house. Yeah. Any other questions about that? Okay, awesome. Oh, sorry, Penrose show. I mentioned that. That's on April 16th. Okay, I'm actually in just a minute. I'm gonna let some of you go if you want to, if you've been with Haven for a little bit. So we're very close to that moment. However, I did just want to talk about chocolate one more time because you are sitting on chocolate, quite literally. This is $15,000 of flooring that you guys sold chocolate to pay for. That's huge. That's huge. If you don't know what this floor is, you can come see over here. There's little foam pieces, and there's 2 layers of plywood, and then there's a laminate flooring. This is a professional dance floor. This is how studios build their floors. So this is going to protect all of our students, their spines, their hips, their knees, so that we're safe. And then downstairs, we're also going to have floating floors in all of our studios. So this is the first time I've been able to say that we're going to have the proper floors for all of our classes. Tumbling, of course, has all their own pads and equipment, so they're fine. But I'm really, really excited about being at that moment. And it's because of all of you. It's because of all of the chocolate that you guys sold, and it was a lot of chocolate. So we have depleted our savings account a little bit, and so we do still have to sell the rest of the chocolate that we got for this year. So we've got about 200 boxes still to sell. That should take no time at all if we all pitch in. So as an extra incentive, everybody that sells a box is going to enter it into a drawing to get a $25 gift card to Encore Attire. And if we sell all 200 boxes, I'll draw 3 winners. Okay? So sell a box, sell a lot of boxes. Every box you sell gets you an entrance into it. I know a lot of you have already sold some. Some of you haven't sold any. It's super easy to sell. You sell 30 chocolate bars, they're $2 each. You send your kids through Lowe's while you're shopping and it's gone. I promise you, Lowe's. What? Yes, or the soccer games, or I've also heard hockey's a really good place. And the bowling alleys. Like, it's really honestly not super hard. And now it's winter, so you don't have to worry about your chocolate melting, so that's nice. So anyway, if you're leaving, I would just love if you would head down to the office and check out a box. Just go ahead and get started on it. Let me tell you one more thing, since this is new how we have this facility set up. So if you're coming to classes here at Westminster, when you come in this door, this is the only door we will use. We keep the other ones locked for security purposes. When you come in this door, you're going to go downstairs for every single classroom, unless you have a class in Fellowship Hall B, which is where you are right now. This is Fellowship Hall B. Okay, so you can look at your schedule and see where you're at. Every other class you're going to go downstairs to get to. The reason is because there's a class in Fellowship Hall B. And so if you walk through here to get to any of your classes, you're walking through a class, and it's very disruptive to the class. So we did that during the mini session and it worked perfect. So you'll go downstairs and then upstairs to the right to get to tumbling. They're all the way over there on the other side of the building. They have their own room over there. If you're going to Fellowship Hall side A, you're going to go downstairs, up the stairs, and then to your left. You'll come in that door, but you're not going to walk through this way, okay? So the only time we'll be coming into this room is if you have class right here. And then if you have classes in Studio 2 or 4, those are downstairs as well. The office is also downstairs, so that'll make that super easy. If you or grandma or anybody need handicap entrance, this is the only one. I am working on getting a doorbell set up over there. If anybody wants to hang that for me, I need a security doorbell hung. So that you can ring that, so that we can send somebody over to let you in. Because we won't keep it open because we don't watch it, and that's not safe. But I do know, like, we had somebody during the mini, she was on a knee scooter, and I felt so bad. She had to walk down the stairs and up, and it just felt terrible. So we want to have that if we need it. But we just have the doorbell. If we can get it in, we'll have that ready for you. So if you're leaving, make sure you check out the office. I'm really excited. We literally just put the furniture in it today. So it's not all the way set up, but it's gonna be really great. And then this room right here, on the other side of the kitchen, is where our front table used to be, is the library. Right now it's set up with a bunch of random stuff that has emerged as we've been cleaning out this building. We also got a bunch of donations of fall and Halloween decor. If it's on the table or it's under the table, you can have it. So please go shop and take the stuff away. I hope somebody wants spider webs. There are so many spider webs. And I'm hoping to have that room set up as a little like waiting area for our kids who have like space in between their classes, or they need a spot to eat their snack or things like that. We will not be eating at all in the tumbling room. And I would prefer we don't eat in this room either, because it gets on the marlin. It's like a whole mess. So my plan is to have that room set up. I don't know what we'll put in there, but that kids can be in there and hang out. My one stipulation is we need to have supervision over our children, right? So if your kids are younger than 10, you do need to still be with them. And if they're older than 10 and you're leaving them here, you need to have very clear conversations with them about respect for the building and, you know, not running in and out of classrooms and picking up their trash when they're done, that kind of thing, right? Just so that we don't regret having a room that's free for them to use. I really want them to feel like they have a safe space where they can be and rest in between classes, but we do have to keep up with it, so, yeah.
Penrose and Rye chocolate. How do you want them to do
Oh, yeah, Penrose and Rye, we're gonna send chocolate with you guys as well, and we'll send you an iPad to check out when we send the chocolate, so we will send you guys chocolate. Unless you're here today, in which case you can check it out today. But yes, thank you. Any other questions? Yeah.
The room over here between for tumbling, is that?
The parlor.
Restrooms over here?
Yeah. Okay, so Miss Carrie and I just had this conversation actually. So this church was built in the 60s and it has a parlor, which I just think is adorable. But as you go this way, before you enter into the auditorium, there's a room off to your left. We actually want to try and use that as a getting ready room for the tumblers. So it has a lot of stuff in it right now, so it's really hard to picture that. But our goal is to have that be the place where your tumblers go, take off their shoes, take off their coat, leave all of that in that room, only take their water with them, and when the tumbling teachers are ready, there's like a clear glass door that they can see through into the room. When it's ready, they'll turn over the class from that room. So that's where your students will wait, and then they'll come back out to be able to get their shoes on. I actually think it'll really make it nice for turning over a class, because they can just leave and then get their shoes on and their coats on and things like that. So that's our goal for that room. So yeah, we'll see if it works. But it could be nice. And then there's some couches and some chairs in there for you parents if you don't want to go into the auditorium to watch. If you need, I don't know if it'll be quieter in there. It might not be, but possibly. Yes?
There anywhere that we can sing
To sign up for classes? Yes, down in the office, there'll be people waiting to help you. Yes, awesome. Yeah, we do still have some classes. We added some extra tumbling technique classes, so if you are eyeing those, there's a few more on the schedule now. You can take those in addition to a normal tumbling class, and so you get a class where you learn choreography and a class where you just work on technique. Miss Haley is super excited about what she can do with those students just for their full hour of technique. So highly recommend if you've got a blossoming tumbler to take advantage of one of those. And you can trial the class too if you're not sure they're gonna like it. Let us know and we'll sign you up for a trial. You can try it and see if it works. Is there a question over here?
So Saturdays tumbling is the performance going to be there performances as well?
Yes, thank you. Sorry, yes, there's Saturday. I forgot about Saturday, people. Yeah, you'll be in the Saturday show as well. Thank you. Yep. I think there's only the one class on Saturday that is in that show, so I forgot about you guys. I don't have the answer to that.
I can answer a little bit. Sarah told me that she's starting recruiting. So just be patient. She's messaging day by day.
So they're working on
List of people who've done it in the past. If you're interested in doing it, you haven't told her. I would do that now.
If you're
But
interested,
specify exactly
just let
which
us know.
class you want,
and specify
which day
what
and time.
and what day and time.
Because some of them are the repeat on different dates, so I don't know when you're gonna find out.
Yeah, okay, that's a good point. So each class has what we call a class parent. That's somebody like our amazing Miss Donna back here who's been with us for a while. They know how Haven works. They'll help you get your leotard or your shorts and shirt fitted for your student. They will help make sure that you understand how to volunteer. They'll answer lots of questions because your teachers are really busy. So they're kind of your best friend in the classroom. And so if you are a class parent or you're interested in being a class parent, if you feel like you kind of understand how Haven works, send us a message on any of those volunteer ways. And yeah, we'll get one for each person. So Miss Sarah Funkhauser is in charge of the class parents now, so she is working on that. So yeah, thank you to everybody who is and has been a class parent. You guys make a huge difference in how Haven runs. Okay, briefly, let's talk about classroom etiquette. And while we do this, we're gonna practice. Here's the thing. When you come into a class and when you leave a class, our classes run back to back. We don't have passing periods. We don't have 10 minutes in between. They are literally back to back, and our teachers need every moment that they have. So when we come into class and we're making noise and we're taking off our stuff noisily and we're, whatever, or if we arrive late, or if when we're leaving, we have a 10-minute conversation with our friends, it's very disruptive and disrespectful to the next class. So I'm just gonna ask that we be mindful of that and be aware of the fact that the teacher is trying to start their next class at the same exact time. There are a few instances where there's breaks, but they're very rare, few and far between. So if you've been with Haven, well, this is just basically a summary of the etiquette that we would ask. This is kind of a summary of what, when I asked our teachers, they said, what?
Your arrow is colored.
I have an arrow doing funky stuff. Better?
Yes.
What our teachers have asked would improve everybody's experience in the classroom. These are some of their suggestions. So if you have questions after the meeting that you want to just ask me personally, you're welcome to. I'm going to ask if you're brand new to Haven or if you didn't come to a parent meeting last semester, I'm going to ask you to stay. I'm going to ask everybody else to quietly practice what we preach. And we're going to walk out that way. Shop the library. Go downstairs, say hi to the people in the office. Go check out the beautiful studios and our gorgeous white wall, and we will see you next week. Thank you for being here. All right, so if you're a newbie, if you want to move forward, you can. I'm just going to keep talking. So if you're new, thank you for being here. We love new people. You're going to need to know how to check your student in for class. We ask our parents to check in their student each week. If you don't, the teacher will, but it saves the teacher some time if you do it. So on your app, it will look like this. You'll see their class schedule. It won't show you anything now, but Monday morning everything will populate. Before class, you can just click on the class. It'll bring you to checking them in. It's really nice because if you have multiple kids, you can check them all in one fell swoop. If your kid is not going to be able to come, you can go into more, and it says student absences, and you can report an absence. That's super helpful to us. That way we know, oh, you're just sick, and you've been sick for 2 weeks. You haven't just quit coming. So when you are going to be absent, for whatever the reason is, please report it and just let us know. It really, really helps your teacher know that, yeah, you haven't just given up on us. Okay. There's a lot of cool stuff on your app, so spend some time exploring. This is another way that we communicate. If you go to news and notes and then click on messages, we'll share things there. That's where you'll find your performance time, your rehearsal time. We share different things there. Things that are very like class specific, that are not, don't apply to the whole school. And then you can also see your email history there. It's really hard to read the emails on there, but you at least will know, oh, I didn't see that email, I better go find that. And so that'll help kind of direct your attention to communication you may have missed. We've started sending a weekly email because there's just so much happening. And so we wanted to each week about, it's like Sunday, Monday? I don't know, Sunday or Monday, that will come out and we'll share whatever new is happening so that you feel like you are in the loop. This is how your chat, actually your chat looks a little bit different because I didn't do new screenshots and they just updated the chat. It's like 1,000,000 times better now. But anyway, when you go onto your app, those little 3 lines at the bottom, or that you'll see the little chat bubbles. Sometimes you have to click on the 3 lines at the top, I don't know why, and then it brings open your chat. You should at least have your class chat now and the season chat. You can send direct chats to your teacher as well. If you want to send a private message about your student or something like that, you can do that as well. You can message me, you can message even admin, and you can message the volunteer coordinator. So you got lots of options on there, and we check that pretty consistently. The notifications are squirrely though, so you may not always know that you have a chat to check, so at least once a week, please be checking it. If you can, a couple times. Mine never notifies me.
There is a setting that it sends you emails when you've missed chats now.
There is a setting where it sends you emails if you've missed chats. But I think it's like if you don't check it in like 10 minutes.
Yeah,
It's a little insistent.
it is a little insistent.
So my best suggestion is check your chat the day before class. Because sometimes we'll send out stuff like, I teach ballet 1 and 2, and sometimes I'll be like, hey, it's royalty week, so make sure you wear your princess or your prince costume. And so you would miss that if you checked it at dance. So check it the day before if you can, so that you hopefully don't miss communication. I'll try and send it out more than the day before too, but anyway. Okay. Then, okay, that's all the slides I have, so let me just double check my notes, make sure I didn't miss anything for you. Be thinking if you have any questions that I can answer for you. Joining a dance school, it's a big learning curve, not gonna lie to you, it is. Once you've been with a semester, it's gonna feel a lot better, it's gonna feel a lot easier, and hopefully you'll wanna stay with us for a long time. We do everything we can to try and help bring that learning curve down, but there just is, there's a lot of details, and we take it really seriously. We really want your kids to have a good experience, and so there's a lot of details. Just a reminder that enrollment works that you pay ahead of time. So basically you pay for the privilege to attend, you pay for your spot in the class. If you choose to forfeit your spot in the class, you do have to tell us, otherwise we'll keep charging you. So if it's just not a good fit or you're moving or something like that, please communicate with us, especially if it's not a good fit. I can almost always figure out why it's not a good fit and get you into a class that would be a better fit. Because not every kid is gonna vibe well with every teacher. That's just very true. The other ballet 1 and 2 teacher, besides me, we are very different people, and our teaching style is very different. And so if you don't vibe well with theirs, you might love mine. And that's no offense against them, they're a great teacher, like that's fine. So just let me know if it's not working out well, if your kid's not loving their experience. There's generally something I can do to help. Sorry, this keeps reloading. When you got your registration email, it had your class dress code and also information about what you need for the performance, so I'm not going to read all of that. Please just make sure that you go and look at that. Make sure you don't wait to the last minute to get what you need, because it does take us at least a week to turn over our orders. Please do order your things from us. We have better tights and ballet shoes and tap shoes and stuff than you get at Walmart or things like that, or on Amazon. Ours are better quality, and we don't upcharge for them. They're pretty much sold at cost, because we just want to make it good for you guys. We also have a really nice supply of like leotards and things downstairs, and if you shop down there and there's not something you like, let us know, because we're always buying more stuff, whatever we need. So let us know, hey, we need more black shorts or whatever it is. I think we're really close. Do you guys have any questions? Yeah.
I just been looking at the chat message for tumbling class, and we mentioned leotard and not the footed tights, but in the original dress code it did mention footed tights, so.
That's a really good question. So ages 10 and up have to wear the stirrup tights.
Okay.
Younger than that, they do not for tumbling. And for class, they don't have to wear them. Yeah, so for class, wear a leotard and shorts. The tumbling teachers have asked that you don't wear the leotards with the attached skirts, especially for the littles. They apparently make your little people very slippery. And when they're spotting your kids, that's not a good thing. So if you do have some of those, just bring a pair of shorts, shove the skirt down into the shorts, and you're good to go. But they need to be able to catch their hips, and those skirts make it really hard. So they've asked us for that. And for tumbling, you'll be barefoot too. Yeah?
For tumbling, the leotards that already have the little,
Perfect.
those are going to make it.
Yeah, no, those are great. Yeah, and for the performance, we'll provide everything you need except for your tights and your shoes and then your hair stuff. But you'll just want to make sure you have to get everything fitted, so you'll try on our leotards. Don't just tell us what size your kid is. You have to try ours on because the sizes don't match up with anything logical. So when you order your stuff, if you need tights and things like that, just make sure you put the location, especially if you're in Rye, so we know to send it to Rye. Sometimes those things sit here in Pueblo for a while, and then we're like, wait a second, they don't go to Pueblo. Make sure you write your names on the insides of your shoes, on the bottoms of your water bottles. I've got a giant collection in here of water bottles. There's some cool ones. There's like some nice Stanleys. There's some nice water bottles in there. But write your names on them so we can find you again, please. Okay, that's all I have, unless you guys have any questions. I'm sure I forgot things, so just keep an eye on the chat. Yeah.
So we get the chocolates from downstairs, and then we sign up for the volunteering on the website.
Got it.
And so that's, downstairs is where they have the shop too.
Mhm. Yep, so the first room you get to will be the office. That's where you get your chocolate, and then go further down, you'll see Studio 2, and you have to kind of go into the studio and then take a hard right. That's where Encore Attire is. That's where our dancewear stuff is. Even if you don't need something today, just go down and check it out. It's really cute. We're really proud of it. We're the only dancewear store in Pueblo, so tell your friends. It's open to everybody. You get a 20% discount on everything, all the prices. If they're not from Haven, they don't. But you do. So but we thought it would be helpful for our community to be able to have a place where you can try a leotard on before you buy it, or shoes, for that matter. Does somebody else have a question over here? Yes?
What's the theme? Is there a theme?
No, you're sharing the theme?
I don't know. Are we sharing the theme?
I don't know, do we usually share the theme?
Yeah.
Oh man, everybody should have stayed. We'll just tell the new people. You want to say it?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Miss Kate, and, well, yeah, she basically picked the theme, so she gets to tell you.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die.
Don't die.
We're dying. Okay, so hi, I'm Miss Kate. I'm one of the teachers. I'm not one of the. Yes, you can come in. Grace she's been dying to learn the theme. She was staring at me a second. She ran away. Okay. So, myself and some of our other teachers, we helped pick up the theme for this session. It's really exciting, and it's gonna be like dreams. So not like, I had a dream one day to go do this. It's more like dreamscapes, like someone's falling asleep and then they are going through a dream or doing something in a dream-like area, and then they're gonna wake up, and it's gonna be really, really cool. Very interesting.
Kind of.
Nutcracker, but with a lot of different genres.
Yes.
So that is our theme. We're very excited. Very interested to see. We just approved all of our teacher songs, and it's very interesting to see how everything's meshing together. It's going to be very interesting. So we're going to have lots of fun. Okay.
Yeah, we just keep getting creative because we've done some really cool things, so this will be fun. Okay, thank you so much for being here. We'll see you guys for class next week. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. If you feel like helping out already, we got to put all the chairs away, so feel free. They go in this closet right on the outside here. But yeah, go ahead and shop the free store, go look downstairs, get your chocolate. Thank you so much for being here.